We've all been there, new to the RV lifestyle, fumbling with hoses, or parking like we're docking a spaceship. Today, we are spilling the beans on the telltale signs of an RV beginner. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned pro, this one's for you. So let's get rolling. Parking challenges are a classic giveaway of an RV beginner. Nothing reveals a newbie RVer quite like their first attempts at parking these massive homes on wheels. You can spot them from across the campground, trying to navigate their way into a space while gathering an unintentional audience. These rookies often fall into two camps when it comes to judging space. Some beginners see their RV as a giant that needs half the campground to turn around, making sweeping, unnecessarily wide maneuvers. Others underestimate their rig size, optimistically trying to squeeze into spots that would be tight even for a standard car. What follows is usually worthy of a sitcom. Multiple back-and-forth attempts, steering wheel cranking, and the inevitable collection of helpful onlookers offering guidance with hand signals. You might catch these newcomers nervously laughing as they inch forward, then backward, then forward again, trying to line up their rig just right. But here's the thing about being an RV beginner. Everyone starts somewhere, and there's a simple solution to these parking predicaments. The key is practice, and lots of it. Smart newcomers head to empty parking lots where they can learn the ropes without an audience. Having a dedicated spotter is also crucial. Those extra eyes can make the difference between a smooth parking job and a frustrating ordeal. Another great tool for beginners is a backup camera. These devices provide a clear view of what's behind your RV, making parking and maneuvering significantly easier. Check out some great options we've listed in the description below. With some preparation and patience, these telltale beginner parking struggles become a thing of the past. Soon enough, you'll be gliding into campsites like you've been doing it for years. RV hookups are another telltale sign of a camping newcomer. These fresh-faced RVers can often be spotted staring at their bundle of hoses with a mix of confusion and determination, trying to figure out which one goes where. Among the most infamous rookie mistakes, and one that seasoned campers love to warn about, is mixing up the freshwater hose with the sewer hose. Trust us, that's one mistake you only make once. Watch a beginner setup, and you'll likely catch them rushing straight to the hookups before leveling their RV. This oversight might seem minor, but it can cascade into a series of problems. Water pools in the wrong places, appliances act up, and suddenly that simple setup turns into a frustrating ordeal. You might spot these newcomers learning the hard way about handling waste hoses without proper gloves, or discovering why you never want to store your drinking water hose anywhere near your sewer equipment. Some even attempt the dreaded hold the sewer hose up to drain it better technique, a rookie move that rarely ends well. Fortunately, there's hope for every RV beginner. Smart newbies start by color-coding their hoses, blue for fresh water, and usually black or gray for the not-so-fresh connections. Investing in dedicated sewer gloves and storing them separately is another mark of a rookie who's learning the ropes. The key to mastering hookups? Take it slow. Follow a checklist. Level first, then connect utilities one by one, double-checking each connection. Soon enough, you'll be setting up camp like you've been doing it for years. Taking a stroll through any campground, you'll notice those campsites that look more like fully furnished outdoor living rooms. These enthusiastic RV beginners can't help but pack for every possible scenario, transforming their small camping space into a display of everything they own. From multiple lawn chairs and excessive outdoor decor to enough games and gadgets to stock a small store, their site reveals the classic signs of a newcomer still finding their camping style. Watch for those classic rookie displays. 3 different types of grills because they couldn't decide which to bring. An army of plastic flamingos standing guard, and enough outdoor rugs to carpet a small house. You might even catch them struggling to find space for that 4th folding table they were certain they'd need. These enthusiastic beginners haven't yet discovered that RV life comes with natural limits, both in space and weight. Their packed to the brim storage compartments and sagging suspension tell the story of someone still learning the ropes. Setting up camp becomes a workout as they unload countless essential items, only to realize they've brought more than they could possibly use in a month of camping. Meanwhile, experienced RVers quietly smile, remembering their own early days of overloading. They've learned that the joy of RV living isn't in how much you bring, but in how simply you can travel. The real essentials? They're surprisingly few. For RV beginners ready to graduate from the overpacking phase, here's the golden rule. If you haven't used it in the last 3 trips, you probably don't need it. Embracing minimalism not only makes setup easier, but also transforms the entire RV experience into something more peaceful and manageable. Hitching an RV is like a complex dance routine where every step matters. Any small misstep reveals those still mastering this delicate balance. The road to hitching expertise is often paved with white knuckles on the steering wheel and the unmistakable look of relief upon finally reaching the campground. For many newcomers, the journey feels more like wrestling a wild horse than towing their home on wheels, all because of common rookie hitching mistakes. Watch these beginners closely, and you'll notice them making frequent stops along their route. Every few miles, they're pulling over to check their connections, convinced something must have come loose. Their uncertainty shows in the way they circle their rig repeatedly, tugging at chains and brackets, hoping everything looks right. The source of their stress often lies in overlooking crucial setup steps. Many newcomers skip checking their hitch weight, treating all trailers as if they're the same. Others might forget about sway bars entirely, not realizing these essential components help prevent that terrifying side-to-side motion on the highway. Some even miss the importance of proper weight distribution, leading to a trailer that bounces like a seesaw going down the road. Experienced RVers know these hitching challenges are part of the learning curve. The solution? Get a professional involved early. Having an expert check your initial hitch setup provides peace of mind and a proper foundation for future trips. They can explain the importance of each component and teach you what to look for during your pre-trip inspections. Remember, taking extra time to double-check all connections before departure isn't being overly cautious. It's being smart. Soon enough, hitching up will become second nature. Without any RV experience under their belt, newcomers often create travel schedules that resemble a cross-country race. These ambitious plans, born from years of car-only road trips, show up on paper looking like someone threw darts at a map, trying to hit every major destination between Florida and Alaska in just 2 weeks. It's a classic case of eyes being bigger than the gas tank, not yet understanding that RV life moves at its own unique pace. Watch these eager but inexperienced travelers plot their course, and you'll see them circling destinations hundreds of miles apart, convinced they can easily make it from the Grand Canyon to Yellowstone in a single day. Their carefully crafted spreadsheets show morning coffee in Memphis and dinner in Denver, still thinking an RV moves with the same speed and flexibility as a car. These packed itineraries, created without understanding RV travel realities, often lead to a frantic pace, rushing through stunning locations just to check them off the list, eating meals behind the wheel, and barely having time to level the RV before hitting the road again. The result? Exhausted travelers who see plenty but experience little, turning what should be an adventure into a marathon. Seasoned RVers know the secret. Less is more when it comes to travel planning. They've learned through experience that some of the best moments happen during unplanned stops at quirky roadside attractions, or extra days spent exploring a particularly charming campground. For those new to RV life, here's the golden rule: plan for half the distance and double the time. Focus on truly experiencing each destination rather than just passing through. After all, the joy of RV travel isn't in the number of miles covered, but in the memories made along the way. The unwritten rules of campground life can be tricky territory for those new to RVing. Like a dance where everyone seems to know the steps except you, mastering RV etiquette takes time and observation. These social nuances reveal who's still learning the delicate balance of community camping, especially when innocent missteps ruffle the feathers of more experienced neighbors. Watch a campground for an evening, and you'll spot the classic rookie moves. Outdoor televisions blaring across multiple sites, unleashed dogs roaming freely, or someone casually strolling through a neighbor's campsite like it's a public sidewalk. Their exterior lights might shine like a stadium at midnight, while their generator hums well past quiet hours, all because they haven't yet learned the delicate dance of communal camping life. These social blunders typically come from simple inexperience rather than any intention to disturb others. New RVers might not realize that their awning lights are blinding their neighbors' windows, or that their outdoor movie night soundtrack is carrying across 3 campsites. Some happily set up their chairs with a perfect view directly into someone else's camping space. Seasoned RVers understand that campground harmony relies on an unspoken code of conduct. They know the importance of respecting invisible property lines, keeping pets controlled, and maintaining reasonable quiet hours. They've learned that good camping neighbors are like good fences. They help make the experience better for everyone. For those new to RV life, the solution is simple. Observe how experienced campers behave and follow their lead. Pay attention to common courtesy practices like proper waste disposal, generator usage times, and respecting others' space. Soon enough, these etiquette rules become second nature, and you'll be camping like a pro. There's that unmistakable expression, a mixture of confusion, mild panic, and dawning realization that comes with feeling completely out of your depth. In the RV world, this deer in the headlights look appears when the complexities of mobile living suddenly become very real, silently announcing who's still finding their footing in campground life. You might catch these newcomers frozen in place, manual in hand, staring at their electrical panel like it's a puzzle from another planet, or spot them circling their RV for the 5th time, trying to locate that mysterious beeping sound. Their expressions shift from confidence to confusion as they realize they don't know which tank is which, or why their slide-out suddenly stopped mid-slide. These moments of bewilderment often strike at the most unexpected times, when the water heater refuses to light, when the leveling system seems to have a mind of its own, or when they're standing at their doorstep, surrounded by hoses and cables, wondering what connects where. The campground map in their hands might as well be ancient hieroglyphics as they try to navigate to their site. Experienced RVers recognize this look immediately, remembering their own early days of discovery and occasional despair. They know that behind every confident camper is a history of puzzled expressions and frantic manual consultations. For those currently wearing that deer in the headlights expression, take heart. It's a natural phase of the RV journey. Every system mastered and problem solved builds confidence. Soon enough, you'll be the one smiling knowingly at the next generation of wide-eyed newcomers. When 30+ feet of home on wheels feels like maneuvering a small cruise ship through a marina, you're witnessing one of RVing's most common challenges. Misjudging the sheer size of these vehicles leads to nail-biting moments at gas stations, heart-stopping turns on narrow roads, and the occasional unplanned meeting between an RV roof and a low-hanging tree branch. Watch carefully at any campground entrance, and you'll see the telltale signs. White-knuckled grip on the steering wheel, a spouse frantically waving arms to guide the rig through a tight spot, or the slow-motion dance of a multi-point turn that probably didn't need to be multi-point. Some newcomers treat their RV like an oversized car, forgetting about that extra length when making turns, or the added height when approaching covered areas. These spatial awareness challenges often reveal themselves in predictable places: the fast food drive-thru that suddenly becomes a trap, the gas station with barely enough room to turn around, or that seemingly spacious parking spot that turns into a puzzling geometry problem. Low bridges and overhanging branches become ominous obstacles rather than simple parts of the landscape. Experienced RVers know these struggles are part of the learning process. They've learned to scout their routes carefully, checking clearances and planning fuel stops at RV-friendly stations. They understand that sometimes the longest route is actually the easiest one. For those still mastering their RV's dimensions, here's the key. Practice in open spaces before hitting the road. Empty parking lots become perfect training grounds. Remember, every seasoned RVer started somewhere, usually with their own story of a too tight turn or a too low branch. Just like a neglected house will show its wear, an RV reveals its owner's maintenance habits, or lack thereof. When basic upkeep tasks slip through the cracks, it often leads to those dreaded roadside moments where a simple check could have prevented hours of frustration. These oversight patterns typically emerge from inexperience with RV systems and their crucial maintenance needs. Watch for the classic signs: tires looking a bit too flat for comfort, awnings that screech and protest when extended, or the unmistakable odor of a black tank that's overdue for a thorough cleaning. These newcomers might skip battery checks until their midnight furnace fails, or ignore that strange sound until it becomes an expensive repair. Some learn about generator maintenance only after it sputters to a stop during their first boondocking adventure. These maintenance oversights usually stem from simply not knowing what needs attention. Unlike a regular vehicle, an RV combines the systems of a home with those of a vehicle, doubling the potential for overlooked maintenance. From roof seals to slide-out mechanisms, each component needs regular care to function properly. Want to make RV maintenance easier? Check out the must-have gadgets listed in the description. These tools can help you stay ahead of issues and keep your RV running like a dream. Experienced RVers understand that prevention beats repair every time. They've developed routines for checking essential systems, often keeping detailed maintenance logs and scheduling regular inspections. They know that a working RV is a happy RV, and small issues can quickly become big problems on the road. For those new to RV life, start with a comprehensive maintenance checklist. Include everything from tire pressure checks to tank treatments. Remember, learning your RV's maintenance needs is just as important as learning to drive it. A little attention now prevents those dreaded "if only I had checked" moments later. From parking struggles to overpacking and even misjudging RV size, these are just some ways to spot an RV beginner. But hey, we've all been there. The good news is, these rookie mistakes are how we all learn and become better RVers. Be sure to check out the description below for some great products to help beginners start their RV journey right. Safe and happy travels.